There are just a few things that humans need in order to be and to remain alive: air, water, food, shelter, clothing. And this already short list is commonly condensed into a single phrase: food, shelter, and clothing. The three basic needs. How basic? Very basic. You're extremely hungry or thirsty and have no way of getting food or water in the foreseeable future. You're in trouble, and you know it. You're caught out in sub-freezing temperatures without warm clothing and without a way to get to safe shelter. Trouble, and you know it. I know, this isn't rocket science. And we know the recipe, right? First, meet the three basic needs. Then you can move on to the things that really make life worth living: loving relationships, creative expression, achievement in a chosen field, maybe even a significant contribution to society. This is the general recipe, right? The potential road to happiness, to well-being, to a life well lived. But there's a tiny problem. This recipe that depends upon the fulfillment of the three basic needs, this recipe that we learned before we learned our ABCs, this recipe that is embedded within most every book that we read, every movie that we see, every podcast to which we listen, this recipe is wrong. Well, okay, not wrong exactly, more like incomplete. Incomplete because there exists a fourth basic need, a need every bit as vital to a life well lived as is air, water, food, shelter, and clothing. And when this fourth basic need is not fulfilled, then I and you and the person sitting next to you experience a fundamental sense of a lack and loss of well-being that we carry through our days, try as we might to shake it off. And perhaps most incredible of all, this fourth basic need, as vital to well-being as chocolate is to chocolate cake, has been all but forgotten, banished, as if it never existed at all, which, as you might imagine, is causing some problems for me, for you, for the person sitting next to you, for the whole wide world. So, what is this forgotten fourth basic need? Stay tuned.